Good morning. It is Remie here. Hope we're doing wonderful today. So, happy Thursday to you. So, it's a great day. It is Thursday, June 13th. So, it's been good. So, hope your week's been good. Question today is are you in the weeds? So, it's a good question. I kind of want to make a fun out of it, if we can. It may pique some people's interest. Say, what do you mean? Are you in the weeds? So I'll get to that here in just a bit. But yeah, I do hope week's been good for you. So it's been eventful for me. So as many of you may know, so I'm in the process of moving. So it's been something. I'll tell you that. So still a decent amount of packing to do. Of course, be moving over the weekend, but it's exciting. It's an exciting time. So and essentially, I'm doing it to help grow, expand the business. So that's what it's all about is taking those steps and moving forward. So that part is great. There's always going to be some uncertainty out there, but I know it's the right move. So I'm so happy to be doing this. So wish me some luck. But no, it's not about luck. It's doing what you feel is right. So, but yeah, by all means, let me know where y'all at. So, hope the week's been good. Share some of your experiences with me. So, that's really, a big part of why I'm here. So we can share experiences, have conversations, be able to share challenges, triumphs, victories, whatnot. So please, by all means. But essentially today is, and why go into the weed relation, it's National Weed Your Garden Day. So who can relate there? So if you can, by all means, let me know. Shoot me a one. And I definitely relate. So I haven't always had a garden necessarily, but it's a lot of work. It really is. And I love the result of the garden. I love the fresh vegetables that are produced from that. But man, I hate the work, man. I hate pulling all the weeds. So, and we all do. It's summertime in Ohio, especially. It's hot, and of course it rains a lot of afternoons. It's trying to find the time throughout the day, and oftentimes it's like I find there's more weeds than there is actually any vegetables anyway. You're like, what's the point? So no, but it is important, to do that and be able to have fresh vegetables. It's important to me to have nutrition things in my body, and there's a lot of times there's overabundance, and that allows you to share with family, friends, neighbors, of course, and have conversations. Be able to share things. So that's really exciting. That's a lot of reasons why I think people actually have the gardens in the first place, and I'm sure some of it's to save money. We'll be realistic. But like I find that that type of process, it is kind of discouraging. When you go out there and you're like, you almost want to give up. You're like, I know I need to do this, but do I really want to do this? And that goes so many aspects of our life. It's not just in the vegetable realm, so to speak, to put it lightly anyway. But it's like if you see anything of a challenge, it's like, I don't know, do I really want to do this? Yeah, and then you turn around and you're like, we'll do that tomorrow. How about that? So then it rains, of course, and then it's a week later, and you're like, man, I should have done that a week ago. So, but oh well. As long as we get it done, we put in the work. That's really what's important. So hopefully y'all can relate there. But my topic today is: are you in the weeds yourself? So it's a valid question. So, and I'm not necessarily talking about like out in the garden necessarily. Sure, that can be part of it. In that realm, but I'm talking more of your life. Talk about a powerful statement, And listen, I've been there. I think many of us have. We all have, at different points. It's just a lot of challenges. A lot of stress, negative emotions. Some are self-influenced. Some are influenced by others. So it's really tough. And like I was saying, it can get discouraging. And the key is to not get discouraged, and I think a lot of us, we take things too personally, to be honest, whether it's in a personal conversation or coworkers talking about you or rumors or, family, friends. I mean, we all love to talk, so, but it is impactful, and we have to be able to realize that and just let stuff fall off your back, I mean, I've always been, not always, but in the past, I've been times quick to judge people and snap back, and that's not benefiting anyone, really. I mean, and they talk about, all the bullies at the school, and definitely we shouldn't necessarily just, in my opinion anyway, shouldn't just take it, but it's not always the best interest to immediately just retaliate either. That's really not going to solve the problem, that we're dealing with. So, boy, it's getting real today, huh? Right. But it is. I mean, so go in the weeds, like there's for me, I just find like there's a lot of negative, and I'm not one to blame everybody else, outside influences. I mean, they can certainly play a big role in that, but it's like just different challenges throughout life. It can be career type things that I've took on, different relationships that worked out great in the beginning, haven't worked out long term, and you find yourself kind of just stressing over that. It's like, well, now what do I do? I'm in so deep, so, but it's important to have those conversations and really be able to to nip those things out and be able to pull the weeds. I mean, essentially, I'm not saying people are weeds, but in that type of sense, like, you really need to judge, where you're at, what do you want to be, what do you want to become, and be able to develop that vision, which I talk about so much, and it is really important, have that vision for your short term, have that vision for your long term, and be able to work on that, and that way it's going to make it easier, in the present moment to say, hey, I need to evaluate myself, and is this situation around me, really serving, the greater purpose, because for me, I'm passionate about people, and it's, if I'm worried about myself and all these other influences and my emotions, guess what? I can't help others. I mean, it's real. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can relate with that. It gets real, and it's a struggle. I mean, it's day in, day out, and that affects your whole life, because you have all these moments there where you want to do different things, and accomplish things. You have big goals, or small goals, but if internally, you're stressing out, you're not going to accomplish them. That's what I'm saying. So that's really important to just really understand where you're at and be able to, to pull them weeds out, and it's going to take hard conversations, with some people. And I've been there. I've had these conversations, and they're not fun, but for the long-term goal, move on, because it's not just about you. That, in a relationship aspect, guess what? The other person in that probably isn't happy either. Whether it's, a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatnot, it's important to have the conversations, talk it out, do your best to fix that moment, right then and there. Don't let it progress on and on and on, because it's just going to add to the stress. But what I'm saying is it's also important for the other person, they're stressing out just as much as you are, more than likely, and that's not good for their emotional state. So instead of you not necessarily doing your best potential, guess what? They're not doing theirs either, and it just multiplies. And guess what? We all influence those around us, whether we like to or not. We do. And if we're not in the right emotional, positive state, we're not going to get it done. So boy, it's a powerful day. So I didn't wake up quite this, but I'm feeling it now. But it is important, folks. So let me know if you agree with that. Send me, one or whatever, hearts. I love, this. I mean, it's a good conversation, but who knew about weeds, right? So, but it is important. So, how essentially do you overcome and get out of the weeds? That's what you need to know. How do I get out? Yes, I am in the weeds, I'll admit. I am in the weeds right now. That could be you. So, and maybe it is, that's fine. But adjust, figure, look at your situation and what can you do So sorry, I don't mean to be pointing. It's like, what can you do is, to get out of that. And like I said, it's important to just evaluate. For me, it's not just so much just, it's hard for me just to get in a situation and say, yeah, here I am. Okay, let's just do it. It takes time, and how do you get into that state of kind of switching gears? Because say you're in a negative state right now and you need to be to that positive state, and that's a big jump. It really is. It's a big jump for people, so how do you get there? For me, I pray. Honestly, it may not be for you. I suggest you do it, I will. So it's a powerful influence. It just is. It really, let the universe, do its wonders. So you'll be surprised what you get out of it. So, and, I fully agree, what you put in, what you'll get out, times 10. So, honestly. So, there's a lot of people talk about that. Definitely. So, that's for me. Also, I meditate. Meditate daily. I'll take 5-10 minutes at least just to relax without any distractions, without the phone, without email, the computers, TV, no distractions. So, and it's easier for me, than a lot of you out there. I realize that, especially with families, kids, different living situations, pets, but lock yourself in a room, 5-10 minutes, don't bother me. So, and I do that a lot of times. I'll get up, I'll get up early, and this is like one of the first things I do. So if you find there's a lot of stress in the morning, well, get up before everyone else does, quietly, and just kind of relax, just take a moment, take deep breaths, and just chill. And, think about your vision, think about the day ahead, and just really pause and reflect in that moment. Don't stress about everything going on. That's really the key. So that's really good advice, for you. And from there, obviously I invest in myself. Each day, I try to each day, and this last week's been kind of busy. But I try to read, every day. That helps build good spirits, be positive. So that's really something that's important. Definitely invest in yourself. Good morning, Shannon. How are you? Hope you're doing great. So, but it's definitely important. Invest in yourself. Getting those books. Every day. It can be just one chapter. That's really all it takes. And just focus on that and set those positive mindsets and just try to block out as much negative as you can in your life. And like I said, it's not easy. But it takes a lot of adjustment. And for me, it's even those outside influences. Whether it's, like I said, with friends, I've had tough conversations, and it's like, hey, we gotta get real right now. This isn't working out. You're stressing me out. I'm probably stressing you out too. How do we overcome this? And what can we do to improve our situation? That can be, with our spouses, just the same, but it's important to have those conversations, before we do get stressed out and ultimately we don't take the right action to be able to move forward. So, that's really the best thing I can say there. But, definitely, stay with a positive mindset. One thing that I really do, each morning I really strive to do is go out, go in nature, take a walk, exercise. Talk about building yourself up. Go to the gym, go on the treadmill. Take, 30 minutes a day is something I definitely would recommend for you all to do. As you can, of course. I know we all live, busy lives, but it's one really crucial step to invest in ourselves. So that's the best thing I can say for you this morning, as far as getting out of that weeds. But essentially, you got to pull them. So, and sometimes that's not easy to do. So I'll be honest, but it's a definite necessity. So, and it's positive, not to just, look at other people as negatives. You also internally, you need to look about yourself too. Make sure that you're putting off positive energy, for others, because you do radiate energy. That's the thing. So it's important to look at yourself and say, hey, what can I do better? How can I improve the situation of others and help influence them in a positive way? So those are the big takeaways today. So that's bulk I have for you. I know it's been powerful. Didn't expect all that, more than likely. So I do thank you. So happy Thursday. So essentially, I love to have powerful conversations. This is exactly why I'm here. So it's really impactful to really talk, understand where we're at with each other, have meaningful conversations, say, hey, this is where I'm at, and maybe you're in the weeds right now, and that's okay. But, the important thing is to understand that and be able to take some steps to get out of it. We can definitely do that. So let's do that. I do offer a free assessment, so 20-30 minutes. I mean, essentially whatever it takes, to help you overcome some of those obstacles. So also too, so I do have a free ebook put together last week, just came out. So all means get your hands on that. So it's freebie, 8 Steps to Success and Abundance. So it's jam-packed, folks. So definitely get on that. And also my Facebook group too. So join on that. Again, it's free. So it's about just having positive conversations with each other, help build each other up. So that's it for today. I thank you so much. All right, take care. All right, bye now.